Welcome to the first Real South Agents Mastermind Training class. I taught this class to my brokerage with around 50 agents in the room, and it was such a hit. I wanted to throw the class up on YouTube so that I can share with some of my other people who didn't make the class. So, guys, here we go. We're calling it serving your sphere. And this is different than dominating your sphere or mastering your sphere, right? These are all words that don't really highlight the extent of how we want to serve our clients in the real estate business. Guys, I've been in the business for over 20 years, and the majority of my production has come from my sphere of influence. In fact, of the 52 transactions that I did last year, 81% of all of those opportunities came directly from my sphere of influence, guys, in some way or another. Guys, so if we know that the largest percentage of our business comes from our sphere, then why do we spend the majority of our time looking for new opportunities or new people to do business with if we already have high quality steak in our freezer that we can pull out and reach? Guys, what if you spent 80% of your time serving the largest group of people who can have the largest impact on your business? Here is the best tool that we have in your toolbox, and it's sitting right here in your hand. In fact, you might be watching this video on the best tool that you have, and that's your cell phone, guys. Most agents love to feel busy, but they avoid the phone, guys. And what I'm talking about is making phone calls to our sphere of influence. And we all know that we should be making calls to our sphere of influence, but what should we say when we actually make those calls? My strategy is this: I use social media in reverse. Now, I take a look at my past clients and I go on their social media and I find something that they may have posted recently that I can use as a reason for my call, right? Little Johnny might have just graduated from the local university, and maybe someone just became a new mom, or maybe someone just became a new grandparent. That's a perfect reason to call and give them a call and say something like this: hey, I'm so excited about you getting to be a grandparent. That's so awesome. Tell me about mom. Is she doing okay? How's the grandbaby? Are you guys loving being grandparents? Just a great way to call and create a conversation. But the question that I get the most about calls is, should I actually ask for business on that particular call, right? Now, I believe that a call is just a call, and we should be really creating a relationship out of the call, and we don't want to taint the call with an ask of business, right? Now, I have a friend of mine in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, who sells around 100 houses a year, and he actually doesn't have any social media, no YouTube, no Instagram, no Facebook, and all he does is contact his client base by phone every single day. Now, he uses a rotation and he tries to make a warm call connection with them every 4 times out of a year. And guys, he basically just calls his people. And his advice as far as asking for business is, if he gets the ask or he gets the thank you from the client, he would then say, hey, I really appreciate that. Love doing business with people like you. You guys are awesome. Would you mind sharing my contact with anyone that you think I might be able to help? So it's just a great way. When he shows an act of gratitude, he then inserts the ask for business. Now, I'm a big fan of just leaving it at a phone conversation, right? And that's at its core is what we're trying to do, is create that relationship. And they're not like, oh, here Jamie is again calling because he wants more business, right? I want them to pick up the phone because I'm a trusted friend who's just connected and engaged in their life, and all I want is the opportunity to be in their world, right? They know that I'm a realtor. They follow me on social media. They receive mailers from me. They know that I'm a realtor. So I don't need to ask on every call. Automating the follow-up. For me, one of the most powerful things that I've done in my business has been my weekly email. Now, if you want consistent business, you have to look at what you do consistently in your business to generate business consistently in your world, right? So if you're not doing these things consistently, you can't expect to have a consistent business. Here's my strategy. I want to create an ongoing personal conversation with my client base. And I'm not overcomplicating it. I'm simplifying it. It's just my chance to have a conversation with my client base. Here's a couple things to take note on the weekly email. Make it local. So you're essentially a newscaster, a local newscaster sharing exciting things that's going on in the real estate business in your town. Don't outsource this thing, guys. This is your message that you have to your client base. And don't feel like you have to overproduce it. It's not like you have to come up with amazing graphics every week or amazing content or overproduce it. And I've heard different mixes of use of video. Guys, if you can make it simple and they can stay on the platform, that's great. But really, an email is just a quick little message from Jamie once a week, and then they consume the content. And look, I'm getting between a 48 and 50% open rate every week for hundreds of people a week, and I'm super excited about it. And this is the thing that I do consistently in my business. One last thing about the weekly email is I use an emoji as the first character of my email. And the reason that I'm doing that is because even if they don't get open the email, they're still seeing that Jamie is working today, guys. It's super important. So while my open rates are at about 48%, my impressions on people's email accounts are much higher because not everyone is opening those emails, but they do see my little knight head chess piece emoji and they know that Jamie is working today. Another thing is creative titles. Give them a reason that they would want to open up your email. The next automation in the list is utilizing the MLS prospect system to deliver a tailor-made content that interests them. People are curious about how much their home is worth so that they can track their home's current value. They're also interested in what's going on in their neighborhood. They want to know what homes sold for. Hey, what did the Boudreaux's home sell for? Or what did that person's home sell for? They want to track along with homes in their neighborhood, and that's tailor-made content that they are super interested in, right? Because it's in their neighborhood. Another thing that I like to do on the MLS prospect system is I like to ask them, give me the dream property. Tell me what your future hopes and your future dreams are, and let's set them up for a search for their dream property, even if it might be 10 years down the road. They may say, hey, I'd love to own a home on a larger piece of land. So I'll set them up for their area that they're requesting on a large piece of land, even if it's the dream property. I'm having a lot of success with that strategy. And guys, everyone knows at least 10 realtors, right? So we really need to be doing everything possible to stay in front of those clients that are using us and they are seeing other people on social media, right? And how I describe it is this: either you are in front of them or someone else is in front of them, and people are looking to have their problems solved, right? But if they have a realtor who's in front of them more than you are, and they have another realtor who can solve their problem, even if it's your family member, you're going to get missed out by someone who's going to step in and solve the problem. So I always say, do everything. Be doing enough. Making phone calls, texts, emails, setting up the MLS system, using social media to stay in front of them. Guys, we've all experienced that heartbreak when we see a person list their home with someone else and it hurts. Guys, I've been there with you. But every time that happens, instead of blaming the client or being mad at the client, I look in the mirror and I said, Jamie, did you do enough to be able to stay in touch with those people? And if you've done enough, if I can say I've called, if I can say I've texted, if I can say they've been on my weekly email, or they're receiving homes in their neighborhood, or I'm following them on social media, I can say I've done enough and I just got unlucky. But if I can't say that I've done enough, then it's on me that they used somebody else. This is your business. You are the one who's in charge, and you are the one who's responsible for staying in front of your people. So guys, don't blame them, blame yourself. So own it. Here's the biggest game changer that I've had in my business, right? Last year at our national conference for Reels Rise conference in Las Vegas, the whole theme of the conference was on video, guys. So I made a personal commitment to using and utilizing video in my business. And this is exactly how I use video when it comes to my clients and my sphere of influence. I like to send personal video messages to my clients. I send them birthdays, and I also utilize a Merry Christmas at the end. Now, guys, I use something called Dub, which is a video app similar to BombBomb, and it allows me to embed video into emails and text messages. This is great, guys, and I'm getting really good responses. And this video app allows me to track how many times they actually watch the video. And guys, many times they're watching this video multiple times. They're showing it to different family members. So this is just such a great process to get into. I also utilize video in my sales process to make sure that my face and my message is getting clearly communicated to the client throughout the sales process. I'm putting their guard down, right? I'm saying, hey, when we get under contract, you need to mail the deposit to this closing attorney. Or I'm saying, hey, you guys need to select a home inspector at this point. So I'm using different things to make sure that they're comfortable with the sales process through our transactions. I'm using more video on social media, and I'm doing daily reels on Instagram. And I hope that you guys will follow me on at Real South Agents. Guys, I'm doing tons of video there. I'm also doing tons of video on my other Instagram, which is at Realtor Jamie Knight. So I'd love to connect with you guys on those two video platforms on Instagram and here on YouTube. So guys, video is the connection when you can't be with them in person. Obviously, the best way that we can connect with our clients is seeing them in person, giving them a hug, shaking their hand, asking about their family. But the next best way that we can do that is through video. They get to see our face, they get to see our smile, they get to see our encouraging messages and our well wishes. The phone can also do that as well, guys. So I wanted to share what we had talked about in today's meeting because I thought it was so important. And I think that a lot of realtors spend a lot of their time chasing opportunities, chasing new people in their business, when the majority of most realtors' business comes from their client base, their sphere of influence. So instead of looking all over the internet for your next client, pick up your phone and start calling. Guys, this is the best way to continue to have a long-term business. I have been in the real estate business for over 20 years, and I can honestly say my sphere of influence has been the top majority of my business. I would say easily 70% of my business plus every single year that I've tracked has come directly from my sphere of influence. So guys, here's the advice, and then we'll close it out, is you guys need to be using the cell phone to generate business, warm business from your client base. And instead of just cold calling strangers, call the people that you know that can truly help your business. Do a business audit, check your sales from the last few years, and call those people who have made a difference in your business over the last couple years. People who've referred you, people you've done multiple deals with, people that you know you could do another deal with. Call those people. Make sure they're on your weekly email. Make sure they're getting their homes in their neighborhood on the MLS prospect system. Make sure you're following them on social media. Guys, and if you're doing enough in your business, you get the opportunity to have those referrals and those calls and those things that people absolutely love in your business. And it makes it so much easier when you're operating in a referral type business because you're not having to chase. You're just calling and creating a relationship with tons of people. So I wanted to give you that encouragement that your next deal is not on the internet somewhere, that it's on your phone. And I appreciate you guys listening to the podcast. So follow us on all of the major platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, anywhere where you listen to your podcast. Search Real South Agents. We interview our area's top agents and find out how they've been able to achieve massive success in their business. And my hope is that you take away a few things from their experiences to grow your own business. Guys, I hope that you follow the podcast. I hope that you're enjoying the content on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and I'd love to connect with you. So if I can ever do anything for you, please send me a direct message on any of those platforms, and I'd love to connect with you. I also have one more opportunity for you. I created 50 emails, ideas to spark creativity in your mind. So if you can't think of anything to create a weekly email, check out the link right here, and you guys download that file and feel free to join my weekly email. I don't mind if you're an agent and you want to steal my ideas. I don't mind, guys. That's what we're looking to do here. We're looking to help realtors grow their business. So if I can ever do anything for you, please do not hesitate to let me know. And please feel free to let me know if I can ever do anything for you in your business to help give you a little encouragement, spark some energy in your business. And I hope that you guys have an amazing day.